biggest question I had when it came to applying for university was what to put in my personal statement. The best advice I can give is to make sure that your passion for the subject comes across in your personal statement, as well as your personality, any relevant work experience, and why you want to study that degree. Also, when I changed to dietetics, I had an interview, which I was quite nervous about, but to prepare for the interview, I just made sure that I'd practiced questions that could possibly come up, and I had a good understanding of the subject, what modules we were going to be studying, and why I wanted to change course to dietetics, and what interested me most about the course. The biggest question I had about my course was, what are the facilities like, and how often are they used during the degree? So I went to an open day at Newcastle University, and there I looked around all the labs and the food kitchens, and I can say that they were probably the best facilities I saw throughout all the other universities I was looking around. Food testing labs especially, they've got sensory evaluation rooms, and the kitchens are all pretty much brand new, and yeah, it's just a really nice workspace. So the biggest question I had about university study was how to balance a part-time job along with studies. For me, I also have quite a big social life, and I enjoy the gym and do sport as well. So I was keen to make sure I could balance all this alongside my studies. I think it's important to have a diary to keep track of everything you're meant to be doing and where you're meant to be. I had a bar job in first year, so that was involved late nights, so I had to make sure I got enough time to rest as well. But this year I've been working for the university, which is great because the hours are flexible, and pay is really good as well, and I really enjoy my job working for the university, so I'd highly recommend getting a job at the uni if you can. The biggest question I had about living in Newcastle was what clubs and societies were going to be available. I've looked around Newcastle before, and so I knew the city centre is full of bars, restaurants, golfing places. They've got everything, cinemas, swimming pools. So yeah, I knew that wasn't going to be an issue. There was always going to be something to do in the city centre. But during the first week of freshers, I attended the Clubs and Societies Fair, and I realised they literally have a society for everything, so you will not be bored. And even if there isn't a society that you fancy, you can just make your own society basically, so you will not be bored. I was also keen to join a swimming team because I used to swim when I was up to about the age of 14, 15, so I was keen to get back into that, and Newcastle obviously there is a swimming team, and that's a great thing to be a part of. I really enjoy that. The biggest question I had about Newcastle University itself was, am I going to enjoy myself being here? And I attended the open day, and I loved the feel of the campus and the closeness it was to town. It's about a 5-10 minute walk into the town centre from campus. It's so easy to get around. Also, obviously, it's a Russell Group uni, so I did consider the fact that it had a status of being a Russell Group uni. And also, I've spoken to a lot of people who went to Newcastle Uni and said that it was the best years of their lives, so I knew that I was going to have no trouble in fitting in and having, a good time and a good experience. So I've not once regretted my decision of coming here. I love it so much.